Movies are designed to be interesting. From top to bottom, every piece has a purpose. Performers are constantly surrounded by cool stuff, and considering how many films get made each year, it's a surprise more props don't go missing. Here are 10 famous actors who stole props from their movie sets. Mark Wahlberg. There's a whole industry built around male enhancement, and if you don't know what we mean by that, pause this video and go check your junk folder. Or better yet, don't. When Mark Wahlberg signed on for Boogie Nights, he was cool with showing a certain amount of skin in the name of cinema, and for the areas Wahlberg preferred to keep hidden, there are prosthetics. Apparently the team wasn't in the habit of counting up all the prosthetic wangs at the end of the day. If they were, maybe someone would have noticed that one was missing. Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds has popped up in more than one comic book movie, but not always with the same degree of success. Still, the actor likes to keep a little something to remember them by, and went home with both the Green Lantern's ring and Deadpool's full costume. To be fair, the ring is the only part of Green Lantern's costume that wasn't CG, and the Deadpool costume wouldn't fit anybody else anyway. So it's not really stealing so much as it's recycling, right? Before labeling him a criminal, consider this. Reynolds wears Deadpool's costume to the hospital and visits with the patients in character. Can't be mad at that. Simon Pegg. There are so many iconic elements to the Star Trek franchise that capturing its essence in one little prop seems like a monumental task. But for Simon Pegg, the experience boils down to one thing: the Starfleet badge. The actor swiped his from the set of Star Trek Into Darkness in 2013, and has been holding on to it tight ever since. It's the natural choice for such a huge Star Trek fan. Pegg came under some fire after the movie's release, but thievery wasn't among his charges, and we're willing to bet that any hardcore Trekkie in his position would have done the exact same thing. Chris Pratt. As far as superhero costumes go, Chris Pratt got off pretty easy. Lately, being part of a blockbuster franchise usually means donning a restrictive, skin-tight costume. But during his run as Star-Lord, the actor's cruising down Easy Street in regular person clothes. Oh, except it's the most badass looking outfit possible. Pratt knows it too, and happily took the costume home after filming 2014's Guardians of the Galaxy. And like our friend Ryan Reynolds, Pratt is also fond of using his powers for good, wearing it to hospitals when visiting with sick kids. Will Ferrell. Some will argue that Will Ferrell is at his best when he's allowed to be vulgar, and after making the jump from Saturday Night Live to film, the opportunities for naughty humor increased tenfold. But his ballsiest gag is from 2008's Step Brothers. At one point, Ferrell's character gets a little nasty with a drum set, a goof the filmmakers accomplished with a pair of prop testicles. Never one to let a perfectly good pair of fake balls go to waste, the actor kept them after filming Rap. Thanks to his generosity, there's one less pair of disembodied homeless testicles living on the street. Daniel Radcliffe and Emma Watson. It would be difficult to overstate how hugely successful the Harry Potter franchise has been, both on and off screen. J.K. Rowling's wizarding world is so detailed, so all-encompassing, that to do it justice meant a lot of work. The films featured a few of the coolest props ever created, so obviously some got stolen. Daniel Radcliffe hung onto his character's signature round specs, while co-star Emma Watson left with her wand and cloak. The coolest thing she kept was Hermione's time turner from The Prisoner of Azkaban. If the undetected extension charm was a real thing, she probably would have taken more. Robert Downey Jr. The big screen superhero market is booming, and that's good news for everyone. The genre has more actors than ever, with new characters being introduced at every turn. But by the time filming of Avengers Age of Ultron was underway, Robert Downey Jr. was already a seasoned vet. When asked if they were ever tempted to take a memento from set, his co-stars said they were hesitant to mess with Marvel's inventory. But RDJ had no problem stepping up and asking for what he wanted. The big A outside Avengers HQ. He had it shipped all the way from England to his office in LA. It's not stealing if you ask. But how could production have possibly said no? Jennifer Lawrence. The Hunger Games' Katniss Everdeen is an incredible badass, and while being the voice of a revolution is a dangerous job, it does have its perks. Some of those perks even made their way into Jennifer Lawrence's private collection. The actress was so in love with the character's wardrobe that she took home her epic jacket and leather boots. Lawrence wasn't the only one who absconded with a memento. Apparently co-star Josh Hutcherson made off with a locket as well. In any case, the production should be able to afford it, since the film franchise alone has taken in about $1.5 billion. Kristen Stewart. There are a lot of elements of the Twilight franchise that could be described as over the top. The films had a creative marketing team who skillfully wormed their way into the merchandise market, and after squashing the Team Edward, Team Jacob beef, it was time for a new gimmick. Bella's ridiculous engagement ring was knocked off and sold all over the internet, but only Kristen Stewart has the real one. The actress kept the crazy ring, but because of the success of the movie, she probably couldn't go into a Starbucks without seeing it on someone else's finger, especially during pumpkin spice season. So what do you think of our list? Did we miss any other actors with sticky fingers? Tell us about them in the comments, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more of our videos. Thanks for watching.